On the next episode of Guiding Grace Bookkeeping, many people believe that they don't need to bother with formal bookkeeping. Many business owners think it's too complicated or just for large corporations with many employees. Wrong. Always track. I don't care if you bought a piece of gum for a business meeting. Okay? We need to track that. Your business bank account is a story. Hey there, family. Gabrielle here, daughter of the Almighty, mom to two amazing kids, and a Yorkie named Luna. Also, I'm a fellow Christian business owner. If you're ready to say yes to financial clarity and exchange chaos for calm, you're in the right place. We're diving deep into strong faith, practical stewardship, and savvy bookkeeping. All right, family, grab your coffee and your notebook. Let's talk about God, business, and getting those books in order. Hey family, welcome back to another episode of God and Grace Bookkeeping, right? So today we're touching on the bookkeeping topic. We're going to tackle some common misconceptions that hold us back. All right. So we're going to bust some myths about bookkeeping so you can approach your finances with confidence and clarity. We're going to dive right into it. So let's get it. Myth number one, bookkeeping is only for big businesses. Right? So this is the biggest myth of them all. Many people believe that because they're just starting out or because their business is small, they don't have a lot of expenses, they don't have a lot of income yet, that they don't need to bother with formal bookkeeping. Many business owners think it's too complicated or just for large corporations with many employees. Wrong. Always track. I don't care if you bought a piece of gum for a business meeting. Okay, we need to track that. Your business bank account is a story. You start with a solid foundation. You set yourself up for success. You start building your systems and your bookkeeping from the beginning so that when you scale, you're already prepared. Okay, so think of your personal budget. You probably have a good idea of how much you earn and what you spend on groceries, gas, and bills. So bookkeeping is simply the business version of that. Just track your income and expenses to make sure your business is healthy. So whether you're a freelance writer, a baker who sells from home, a fitness instructor, wow, that was a good one, right? Or a consultant. Every dollar earned and spent needs to be recorded. Right. So this isn't just about taxes. It's about being a good steward of the resources God has entrusted to you. Record everything. Don't put it off. Maybe even once a week. If you're just now starting out, if you have a higher bit of volume, then you might need to do it daily or more frequently to get a hold and an understanding of your books. Don't let that fall by the wayside. Okay. So you either hire someone to do your bookkeeping or you need to do your bookkeeping, but bookkeeping needs to be done. It is important, right? So myth number two, bookkeeping is just for tax season. All right. Countless clients will come. It's getting ready to creep up now. Quarter four is rapidly approaching. Quarter three taxes are just due. And clientele is going to go through the roof because everyone's like scrambling. Don't come to me with a box of receipts. Okay. We are a podcast that is talking about great bookkeeping habits. Okay. So think of it as your health. All right. So you just don't go to the doctor once a year and expect to be healthy. So no, that's not how that works. So you take care of yourself all year round. You're eating well, exercising, getting enough rest. So think of bookkeeping as the same. It's a continuous, ongoing practice that gives you a real-time information about the health of your business. If you only look at your finances at tax time, it's likely going to look like your car. Think of it like a car oil change. Okay, I'll raise my hand. Let's pause for a second here. Am I the only one that drives? And when you get an oil change, you have the date and then you have the mileage. Am I the only one that meets the date? Okay, don't talk about me. I don't go anywhere. Anyways, so back on topic. Consistent bookkeeping lets you see where your money is coming from and where it's going so you can make smart daily decisions that are in alignment with God's plan for your business. Do not put it off. Because when tax come, you also don't want to walk into your tax preparer office or email your tax preparer or however run your business or file your taxes every year, and then they're asking you the questions. Well, how much you do here? How much did you spend there? How much did you do that? What was this for? Do you recall that? Do you have this recorded? Do you have that? How much was this? And you're scrambling, giving guesstimations of what you think you did, and you could overestimate or you can underestimate. And that's what bookkeeping gives you, the peace of mind. Imagine, instead of scrambling for receipts or scrambling or guessing or trying to come up with numbers or trying to whatever you're trying to do to answer your tax preparer question, just go to your bookkeeper, or you've been keeping your bookkeeping. You go to your records, print off your financial reports, head over to your tax preparer, and they have all the information that they need to do your taxes and file them accurately. All about organization, all about being a good store, all about staying on top of it. That's myth number 2. Bookkeeping is not just for tax season. The last myth I want to bust today. This is a little bit of a short one, guys. We just want to get into some myth busting because I want to set the foundation mentally. So when we start digging into the habits of bookkeeping, explaining what the different reports are, explaining how to read them or what do they mean or what you're looking for, digging deep into the real gritty. I know you're like, Gabrielle, please, let's get to the bookkeeping. I'm here for bookkeeping. Whoa, 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 whoa. Marathon, not a sprint. I want to set your minds right so that your spirit is open and your mind is open, because we need to bust these common misconceptions about bookkeeping so that we can lay the foundation so that we can have the right attitude towards it. Last myth number 3. I can just use my bank account statements to track everything. No, no, no. This is a very common approach, especially when you're just starting out. No. You don't just look at your bank statements and think you're good to go. You do that for your personal finances. I raise my hand. I have a little spreadsheet. It's not for my personal finances. I have a little spreadsheet. It's not fancy smancy like when I use my actual accounting software to run my business and my clients' books. But I have all my bills written out with the due dates and a little checkbox to tell me if I paid it or not. And I constantly keep an eye on my bank account so I can see if bills came in and check it off, and then I keep it going, right? Little, I guess, light bookkeeping for personal finance. It's nothing too extravagant, but no. Just looking at your business bank account actually gives you more problems than it actually solves. So I want to give like a little example. So like imagine trying to, I don't know, organize your pantry by only looking at the expiration dates on the food labels. Now, you're not looking at what it is. You're not looking at, where you bought it, what brand. You're just looking at the date. You don't know why you bought them, what you bought them for, nothing. Yeah, so your bank statement is a chronological list of transactions, but it doesn't give you the full story. It doesn't tell you that if you took $50 out of the bank account for a client lunch, a business expense, because you're talking about business as a potential client, or a personal grocery run that you may have forgot your personal card at home and you had to use your business card, right? It happens. I do not condone mixing business expenses, but let's be real, recognize real here. It does happen. So without proper categorization, you lose the clarity you need to make good decisions, and you might miss out on valuable tax deductions. All right. So it's all about being diligent and organized, just as the Bible calls us to be good stewards of everything we've been given. Proper categorization. All right. The office expenses, the business expenses, the gas, the traveling, the new equipment, the new assets, I don't care if you just went to Staples and bought a stapler. That is a business expense that needs to be tracked. It needs to be categorized because it's important for tax time. It's important for tax deductions. It's important for tax breaks for business owners. And the only way that you are actually able to get what your business is entitled to is by diligently categorizing them, by taking your bank statements and jotting down everything and say who, what, when, where, why. We answering those questions again like we're back in school. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope those 3 Mythbusters were helpful as we lay the foundation to get started before we do our bookkeeping diving in. And thanks again for joining. As always, stay blessed and have a great week. See you next week. As we close out today's episode of Guiding Grace Bookkeeping, I truly pray that something resonated with your heart and brought you closer to financial clarity and peace. If you felt that connection, or if a specific insight sparked something within you, please consider taking a moment to leave us a review and subscribe to wherever you listen to podcasts. Your feedback helps us grow and reach more individuals like you. And if you know someone yearning for more grace and wisdom in their finances, be a blessing and share this episode with them. Remember, walking by faith and managing with grace can transform your entire world. Until next time, stay blessed, keep shining, and let's keep those books looking beautiful.